We called it All Hallows Eve, so I don't know.
Eve. We've heard Goosey Night, Cabbage Night, Mischief Night, All Hallows Eve in the house. Madness happening. Jo, what is this? Who are you and what's happening?
Hey, Jo Coburn. I'm here in Western New York near Buffalo. It started snowing, but it's not sticking because it's Buffalo. And what would Halloween be without, we've had Halloween where we've gone trick or treating in shorts and where we've had snowball fights. So it's one of those, who knows what's happening in Western New York with the weather. So yeah, it's
amazing. How the Bills doing, Jo?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
Sorry about that.
Does anyone know?
I think they're doing good. See, this is the thing. My husband is a Miami Dolphins fan.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness. A Miami Dolphins fan living in Buffalo. Jo, and what are you up to in the world?
I am here because most Americans, 318 million of us, are on the road to being sick. And I want to change that. I want to make everybody happy, thriving, and living on purpose. And I'm here to do my part in that mission.
Well, you would definitely, Jo, you were definitely doing that mission. You would not be pleased with what I ordered from the farm and the pumpkin people a little while ago, but we'll skip over that because I don't want to feel guilty.
90-10.
Is it something to do with candy corns and candy?
Like lots of donuts and candy apples with caramel and chocolate. But is that okay?
A pass.
Once a year, Jo, a pass?
Okay. 90-10 rule. 90% of the time be good. 10% enjoy life. You've only have one to live.
Love it, Jo. That's awesome. How about a fun fact?
Fun fact. Hey, Gina and I were just talking. I have been married to my husband for going on 27 years, and we've been together since we were 15.
Okay. That's awesome, Jo.
That is
one of our, yes. And some other time I'll have to tell you about the time that we almost set off an entire bag of fireworks inside my mother's car.
Yes, let's hear that right now. Come on, Jo.
All right, so we had my mom's car out for a night, and we thought the best, funnest thing to do in our little podunk little town would be to set off fireworks while driving 55 miles down the road and setting bottle rockets out the window. Except for the one that came back in the window and landed inside the bag of fireworks.
Oh my God, Jo.
So, needless to say, I was driving, I slammed on the brakes. The guy in the front seat went out the door. The other guy in the back seat went out the door. The other one went forward over the seat, landed like head first under the dash, and it was a dud.
Oh my God. Your husband was in the car?
Yes, he was the second guy to go out the back.
Oh.
Wasn't my husband at the time because, I was 17, but.
Oh my God. Well, Jo, we are very happy
we made our own fun.
You survived your car crazy mix with dud fireworks going on, all that good stuff. Thank you for being here. Gina, what's your fun fact? And let's get to the amazing judges and these fine folks in this very fun Friday.
Oh, this fun Friday. Well, my fun fact is that I feel like I'm in the world. I'm living in Neverland these days. That is my fun fact with Unblinded, and Sean Callaghan and Willy Wonka happens to be in Neverland as well. And it's super fun and I love it. So we have amazing, amazing people here today. In fact, first judge from New Jersey. I didn't realize he went to CBA, Mr. George Viton Gruber. Did I say it right, George?
George? Oh boy, George. How are you, sir?
You're muted, George. Hey, George. That's impossible.
Sean, I am living the dream, brother. How are you?
I am living the dream as well. Mr. Scatometup, this is the first day doing Real Raws that I'm in a hooded sweatshirt, which the youngins like Fernando call a hoodie. I cannot bring myself to call anything a hoodie. So it's a hooded sweatshirt for me from back in the 80s. And I will tell you this, George, I went to the offices of Callaghan Law, our home base. It was crazy. It was like being in a ghost town. Like there's all this like space and nobody was there. But I did the first Real Raw from there, which is our 275th, brother. And I'm so thankful for you for being from the great state of New Jersey. And of course, let's hear about you. What's going on, brother? We're up to in the world and a fun fact.
Yeah, so Viton Gruber Law, bankruptcy and real estate attorneys with offices in Monmouth, Burlington, and Middlesex County. trying to help people out of their complicated puzzles and basically more or less, I say it, unfuck their situations. There it is. I got it out of the way for you so that didn't have to be my fun fact. But Sean, here's the fun fact, right?
Yes, sir.
I didn't know Gina went to RBC. I had no clue. I have gone to 5 Red Bank Catholic proms. So I was quite popular at that school. I went to a school with no girls, so we had to take the school next door and do our best to make up for it.
Is that true that you went to the 3rd and 4th prom with Gina and both of you got so drunk you didn't remember? Is that a true story?
I'm not sure. We're gonna have to talk about it later.
All right.
Was that
Private
you?
conversation.
Offline.
But I have a feeling that when I drive by and I see that billboard of that bankruptcy lawyer, that it's you, and probably those RBC girls are going, I went to the prom with him. I went out with that George guy up there.
That's how I get my clients. I just keep going to proms with him.
And now he is a prominent leader in the Bar Association. He's a man of integrity and heart, and he goes by the cursing attorney. So George, welcome and happy Mischief Night. By the way, George, Mischief Night, Cabbage Night, what is it for you?
Mischief Night. And my kids are tomorrow, they're going to be doing what's called a boo, which used to be a ding dong ditch in our days. But now instead of that, we ring the bell and you leave candy on the doorstep. So that's how we're doing social distance Halloweening. We're reverse candying this effect.
That is a very interesting dynamic, sir. And we, well, I'm down with it. We'll talk more about reverse trick-or-treating
Offline.
later. Yes, sir. Thank you, George. Amazing stuff. Gina, but wait, there's more.
There's more. We have the amazing Craig Baumel judging
Craig.
today.
I thought you too. What's going on, Sean? I love the sweatshirt, the hoodie, the hooded sweatshirt, whatever you want to call it. That is awesome. So I'm Craig Baumel. I work with companies and CEOs in particular, working with communication, leadership, recognizing that like 54% of business owners think that their employees are excited and happy and welcome to come to work, and only about, and like 92% of employees don't feel that way. So we're talking about a little bit of a shift in mindset and helping people recognize what's valuable for them in the work that they do. A fun fact about me, first of all, for me, I read your response, your ad to looking for an assistant, yes, and Nicole's response. And in all honesty and in all love, I think her response was better than your ad.
I would think
she
so.
was absolutely amazing. And I read it to my daughter, and her answer was, can I do that?
That's awesome.
And I said, 1,000%. So that was a fun fact for me.
Well,
for me, Halloween, I don't really celebrate, but it's Erev Halloween to me because we call them day before. Jewish holidays, Erev, which means the night before. So for me, it's just the day before, the day I get to give candy to all the kids in the neighborhood.
That's a fun fact. So, and if you feel like dropping that in the chat in case people don't know what that is, please do. We talk about the creation of a scotoma, which in our language, in the world of science, means a blank spot, you know, in something. Like it's often referenced by, hey, I don't know where the salt is. I don't know where the salt is. And you're like looking right at the salt and it's not showing up for you, but it's right there, like a blank spot. And we reference a blank spot in people's listening and presence, where people are going to default, no, I've heard this before. Okay, whatever. This is networking, coaching, training, selling, lawyering, accounting, whatever. And you create a disruption like George does when he drops the F-bomb. And in many other ways, there's miraculous service to his clients and opening listening. But how do you open listening? It's one of the scientific dynamics of what we explore here in the Real Raw. Craig, welcome. George, welcome. Joe, you're hosting. So thank you. Gina, we got more?
We've got amazing contestants today. First off, Steve Sheridan, please share 30 seconds about who you are and what you're up to in the world, where you're coming from, and a fun fact.
Great. Yes. So my name is Steve Sheridan, and I'm coming from San Antonio, Texas, and I help people. I'm a wealth coach. I help people gain financial freedom. A fun fact is, thanks to family vacations and Uncle Sam, I've been to all 50 states.
Wow, that's awesome, brother. And what is, if you had anywhere you can go in the U.S., continental U.S., tomorrow, which state would you go to? No COVID, where are you going for R&R, like truly connecting? Where's your place?
My wife calls me a turtle. I like to pretty much stay home.
There you
I
go.
just stay put.
They stay put. That is interesting, Steve, for a man that's been in 50 states. We'll have to like dig a
Well,
little bit deeper into that.
yeah. Oh, as far as my, I went on a lot of family vacations as a teenager, so I was kind of dragged along. And then I've been all over the world with the Army, and so I've had my fun in Iraq, Afghanistan, Honduras. So basically, I'm enjoying home now.
Yeah. And Steve, thank you for your service to our country.
Thank you.
Thank you. Gina.
And I have almost for 1 minute missed Mr. Jordan Edwards. He's moving around, he's riding around, he's in space, he's all kinds of all over the place today on this call. Jordan, please share your judging today, share who you are, what you're up to in the world in about 30 seconds.
Yeah, hey, what's going on? I'm Jordan Edwards. I'm a performance coach, and I have a podcast where I have top performers come on and we extract their skills and give them to the world and try to make the world a better place. And my fun fact is that I'm currently driving from Nashville to where are we going? To Indianapolis, and my girlfriend just gave one of our snacks to a homeless person, which was very nice. Good way to start the day.
That is a beautiful and awesome fun fact, Jordan. Hope you have a safe trek as you're on your amazing nomadic journey, establishing disruption and peak performance everywhere across the U.S. So welcome, Jordan. Thank you, Craig, Jordan, and George again for judging. Gina, what else we got?
All right. Have fun honky tonkin', Jordan. And we've got Calvin Otto. Me and Calvin had a good chat today. Welcome, Calvin. Good to see you in person ish.
Yeah, you too. Thanks so much for having me on here.
So share a little bit about who you are and what you're up to in the world in about 30 seconds.
Yeah. So again, my name is Calvin Otto. I'm out here in Grand Rapids, Michigan right now. We're starting to get pretty chilly too. But right now I am a social media manager for functional medicine practitioners. So really it's my way of giving back to the functional medicine people who kind of transform my family's life and health, and using my own skills to try and get them in front of other people so that, you know, we can start to overcome some of those popular beliefs about what is functional medicine, why you should start to explore it, what it can do for you, and you know why it's a great alternative when your regular doctor doesn't really know what's going on. So it's been a pleasure to kind of explore that world, to get them into a little bit more of a public spotlight and help them in that way. And my fun fact is my very first paying job as a kid. I grew up on a farm in Illinois, but my very first paying job was walking beans. So I'd walk through bean fields with a hoe, cut down any corn that was growing up. And once I got to a certain acreage, once I'd walked enough beans, I would get a mini bike for Christmas. So that was my childhood.
That is amazing. And Gina, did it used to pick beans as well?
Did I used to pick beans?
Yes.
On my grandfather's garden.
Beans in the farm in the middle of like Indianapolis as well.
Oh yeah, and as if I would pick as many as possible and get a mini bike, like yes, that's amazing.
Now, did you ever see Gina out there picking beans?
Oh, you know, I thought I ran into her once or twice, but you know, there's so many people, it's hard to keep track of them.
Yes. It's like, where's Waldo? Where's Gina? Gina back.
Exactly.
More participants.
Gina the bean picker. That's a new one. Although my cousins did call me Gina Bean when I was little. But anyway, we'll move on to, there you go. Holly Bassin. Holly, did I say your last name right?
Yeah, it's Bassin. A lot of people say basin, but I say it's basin with two S's. It's Bassin.
Yes.
So I'm a functional medicine health coach. I work with Joe and Ralda. My fun fact about me, so this morning I went out in the garden and took in a ton of celery because it's snowing and it's going to freeze. So it's laying on my counter right now. And I called to my neighbors and said, can you come and get the rest of the celery? Because we can't fit it in the refrigerator.
I love celery. I'll
more fun
off your hands. No, go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead. Go for it. And then,
more fun. Last year we visited all the I countries, went to Israel and Iceland, just in case there was a Corona thing and we couldn't travel.
Incredible. That's amazing. Which one would you prefer, one over the other? Two different, very different places.
I've been to each twice. So once in 1987, I was in Israel. And then 2 years before, my husband and I went to Iceland and we decided to bring the kids with us. So I've been to each twice.
Amazing, amazing. Well, welcome, welcome, Holly. And
Holly's
we have
in the house.
Ralda. Sorry?
I said Holly's in the house. Iceland's present. Yes.
Yeah, Iceland and Israel, like, here we go. Ralda, Georges?
Georges, yes, you got it.
All right, welcome, Ralda.
Thank you,
Please.
and thank you, Sean, for having me also. So I'm from New Jersey, Bergen County, and I'm a functional medicine health coach like Jo and Holly as well. And I'm passionate about helping people changing their life through food and lifestyle changes. And that's the reason of me, I find my purpose not long ago. And fun fact about me, I travel 50 country plus, and I like to belly dance.
Oh, wait, we had a belly dance. Go, Sean, yes.
Yes.
We had a male. Who's our male belly dancer? Our very own Richard Martin that we had just a little while ago. That's amazing.
The 276th episode of The Real Raw. We have never had the word belly dancing said, and we had it said twice today.
Oh, wow, that's so funny.
Yes.
I think everybody should do a little belly dancing tonight is what I think for Mischief Night. And Craig Baumel is in the house belly dancing right now. That's what I see.
Exactly.
I'm not so sure.
Richard Martin, we're going to have a belly dancing off Jo. Jo, you have created one of the most magical Real Raws where belly dancing is about to be present. Can you believe this show? Ralda, thank you for being here. Welcome. And Ralda, what part of New Jersey are you from?
I am from Woodcliff Lake.
Woodcliff Lake? You're like 7 minutes from me.
I know.
In Rivervale, Ralda.
Yeah. So are you there now, or you are in the beach house?
No, I'm at the beach. Oh my goodness. Yes, you know many things, Ralda. It's amazing. So no, I'm in Rivervale right now in the office with some, cool stuff hanging out here in the home library. And yes, back from Long Beach Island, but perhaps heading actually west soon to Arizona for a trip in the Tony Robbins Platinum Lions world. So
that's amazing. Awesome.
Well,
thank you for all what you're doing in the world. And thank you for sharing your big heart with everyone, really.
Oh, thank you.
Every morning.
Well, that's a beautiful thing. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Gina.
Yes. I'm going to share a little bit about a game we're going to play, and then I'm going to leave it to Jo so I can hop to the next.
Quick time. I got to know from Ralda. I'm sorry. This is very important.
Go. Okay.
Ralda, is it Mischief Night, Cabbage Night, Goosey Night, or the other thing somebody said that I don't remember? So what's it for you?
I guess it's a cabbage night for me.
It's cabbage. All Hallows. What was the one?
Cabbage night.
Yeah, cabbage night.
Oh, the other one is All Hallows Eve.
No, and somebody today said like Devil's Night also, right, Sean, or something like that?
Whoa.
I've heard that.
Was when you were wearing the red pumps in high school at RBC. That's a story for different.
Yes.
Well, Gina, just to make sure I'm not making that up, did you wear red pumps at RBC?
I did.
You wore
with a black leather jacket freshman year.
Does that stir any memories, George, now? Bring anything back for you?
I'm a little older than George.
She wore a green plaid checkered skirt, and the nuns measured to make sure it was below the knee. And she wore, I'm trying to think, it was either like a light yellow or a light white blouse and some weird vest thing. And I bet she was a flag twirler or a baton twirler.
No. I took the stats for the freshman football team. I like to be with the football players. No.
I'm having flashbacks to my Catholic school.
Even worse. It's even
What
worse.
about lipstick and nail polish?
Can't wait to go offline with this
and
conversation.
white earrings because it was 84. So, by the way,
her hair was out to here. Her hair was like this.
Definitely. Oh my, the visual. Okay, should we talk about the game?
And that's when she met Bruce?
Yes. Bruce was there and lips were touching and it was like, well, no, that didn't happen. I didn't mean to. I thought the sun was in my eyes. It was like all kinds of craziness. So yes. Hey, my name is Sean. Bruce Springsteen.
For all the people that don't.
Yes, offline, Gina and her, like the whole story. Yes. So we are kidding and having fun on Fun Friday, but not sort of. Yes. So this is what it looks like. Thank you for your patience with us today on Fun Friday. We're having a lot of fun. I'm a little fatigued because I've been up since like 4 o'clock. I've done about 29 speaking engagements this week. I had the unique privilege of being on Fox News this morning, talking about like taxes and things. And that's why I'm in Mr. Scotoma now. So I'm getting comfy, getting down on Fun Friday after having a 4:30 a.m. Fox appearance. Yes, much ado happening in the world. And I wouldn't think that that appearance was like biased, attacking, fighting. It was about the revelation of truth. And that's what the Real Raw stands for. Because influence is in fact a superpower. I discovered this 23 years ago, longer story for a different day, but it changed my life. And it changed a lot of lives I was able to encounter, including the 125 people that currently work for Calgary Law, some of the top national jury verdicts I've been privileged to be a part of, but most importantly, attending as more of a business owner, not operator, 1,000 of my kids' games and missing only 9, which is one of the 3 most things I'm most proud of and grateful for in the world. So how's all that happen? Like how do you lead? How do you market? How do you sell? How is it like not maybe inauthentic and becoming somebody else, but instead integrous and heart-centered? So that's what we're going to do. Jeannie, you want to explain that we're going to have gravitational pull dynamics? What happens now? Take us in, please.
Yes. All right. So we are going to have play this fun game. Jo is the host, of course. Each one of you is, as each contestant is going, we want you to notice how much their gravitational pull is, and like rate them on a scale of 1 to 10. Sorry, I couldn't spit that out. On a scale of 1 to 10, rate their gravitational pull, like 10 being like, oh my gosh, I cannot wait to talk to that person. I want to reach out to them as soon as we hang up here. Like that's a 10, right? So it's just keep a note of like a tally, 1 to 10 for each person. And at the end, send Jo the private message with who you think has the most gravitational pull. That person will get put into a pool to be on our main show, The Real Raw, which is at 3 o'clock every day. That's like our premiere show. And it is amazing. And it's absolutely an honor and a privilege, not only to be here, but extra honor and privilege to be on that show. So does that game make sense, guys? So that's just a little game that you'll play when everyone else is going.
And by the way, nobody knows the outcome, like meaning right. We know who has the highest, but there's not a discussion about like where everybody ranks. That's not what we're doing. It's just who had the most gravitational pull, because we don't learn this, and our influence impacts our money, our time, and our magic. And we're here to unpack truth in a loving, heart-centered, empathetic way, just like it's a skill, like riding a bicycle, throwing a baseball, mowing a lawn, playing an instrument, wearing red pumps when you're marching around the football sidelines at Red Bank Catholic. All of those things are skill sets. Are they not, Gina?
Yes, absolutely. Yes. They are learned and trained. Yes.
Yes, absolutely. As is your incredible charisma. Because Gina, you want to explain the other Real Raw that you host and what you're up to in the world, including your amazing authorship?
Thank you. Yes, I am. I host a Real Raw for love and dating for singles with Susan Hum, who's amazing, because I stand for love in the world. I have many years ago, my little girl died of a rare leukemia, and I was lost in the pain and the love that was within all that pain. And I knew someday I was supposed to do something with it. I took many years of being muddled and confused. And I always knew that there was love in my heart and that I had to follow that. And I knew that I was going to write a book someday. So I'm authoring my first book called Courage Beyond Grief. I think still working on the title, but it's going to be something like that. And thank you, Sean, for pointing that out. I'm super grateful and honored to be a part of the Unblinded community, because I'm all about love, truth, integrity, and all of us living in harmony, truthfully, and being able to be a ripple in the world and make an impact for the greater good of all humanity. And by living in truth, being true to ourselves, like being unblinded, we can get there more and more each day with each other and having more honest conversations through the heart with integrity. So,
and Gina,
thank you, Sean.
Such a powerful message in the world. I love you have your 2 words, B-O. B, what do you say, Gina?
Yes, one of the things that took a lot of work for me was to become unoffendable. So I'm really I really work a lot with my coach. I coach some coaching people over the past couple of years about becoming unoffendable, being unoffendable, not taking anything personally. It has really made a huge impact on my life. I live the 4 agreements. If you've ever heard of that book, I work hard to live the 4 agreements every day, and always constantly and never endingly working on improving myself and being unoffendable. So be unoffendable. It will change your life. Don't care what anyone else thinks. It really makes an impact.
Yeah.
So thank you, Sean.
Thank you. And with that, Jo, I'm going to leave this in your capable hands. I am so grateful that we're here today and for who you are, what you stand for in the world. And on this fun Friday, the day before Halloween, we'll leave you with a quote from Peter Pan. The moment we doubt whether we can fly, we cease forever to be able to do so. Have a beautiful day. See you in a little bit.
All right. Don't eat too much candy. Enjoy.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. So you guys, you've got this, Jo. You can tell everybody how this is going to go.
Yep, we're good.
And you have amazing Craig here with you and Jordan and George, and you guys are going to have some fun. So I will see you all again soon. Please reach out to me for any questions, and thank you, thank you, thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Thanks, Gina. So, hey guys, first things first, make sure that you put your contact information in the chat at some point before you leave so we all can copy that and we're able to reach out to each other. So I am going to be your role player. You are going to have a 3-minute conversation with me about some yes you're seeking in the world. So I can be me, I can be anybody you want me to be, and you're going to take me from hello to yes. It doesn't have to be a final sale. It can just be an intro to a next meeting. So is everyone clear? Anyone have any questions? I know Holly and Ralda have played this game before, so. All right. So Ralda, since you're an old hat, do you want to go first?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So I ask you or you ask me?
Who do you want me to be and set the
Yeah.
stage?
Okay.
I get my timer up.
So we're gonna be partners in business, and we're gonna create this platform together, and how we're gonna achieve it. So how we're gonna take it to the next step as coaching.
Okay.
Jo, do you want me to do the time and call you out when it's coming down?
Oh yeah, can you? That would be fantastic, Craig.
Sure.
All right.
So is that too hard, or should I change it for something else?
No, whatever you want. I can, whoever you want me to be.
Okay, so
Give me a call.
yeah, so we are like we're gonna become a partner, and I wanna be part with you in the business, and you know.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so should I start?
Ring, ring.
Yes, ring, ring.
Hi, Jo. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Okay, it was good. Thank you. It was great to see you and starting this project together as health coaches. And I was wondering if you have time to speak with me for 5 minutes.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah, this is regarding our platform that we started with other coaches and to do Q&A. And I was wondering, what do you think about it and how we're going to take it to the next step?
No, I think it's going great. And as far as the next step, I think we put it out there. And as things are moving along, we reevaluate and see where it goes.
So also I was thinking, how you think we're going to monetize this platform? Which way do you see it?
As far as monetizing, I think as we move forward and we grow our list, then we're going to be able to use it and curate those answers for people and be able to partner with different physicians who are going to want that resource for their clients and patients.
So you're saying we could ask the physician, that's mean we're going to, ask them to have like a membership that they pay us?
Yeah, possibly. I think once we have those people on our list, we're going to be able to know what they want.
Okay.
And be able to
Great. Awesome.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So do you see it coming somewhere in different ways also, or that's the only avenue you see it going?
No, because once we have that list and once we're serving that population, we're going to be able to ask them what else they need. And we're going to be able to provide group programs. We're going to be able to provide other resources. Yeah, sky's the limit at that point.
Okay, great. Awesome. I would like to meet with you for another time if it's possible to discuss more in detail. Is that possible next week on Tuesday at 10 o'clock?
Sure.
Do you have that time?
Yes, I do.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Oh, no problem.
Craig, how much time did she have left? Just curious.
She had about 50 seconds left.
Oh, okay.
It was quick. All right. Good job, though.
Okay.
All right. George, do you want to go first?
Sure. Ralda, clearly you understand the exercise and where we're going with it. You asked some very good probative questions to get Jo's vision as to what she was expecting to see out of it. You were coming to a position of formative agreement already, which made it pretty easy for that pathway to yes. You got there with the follow-up. So I think you were right in line with it. And the only thing I'd say, and it's not that big of a deal, as the first one to go, you make it look easy for the other one. So that'll put some pressure on them. But try to challenge yourself and push yourself a little bit with the question. So that way, if Jo was a less agreeable person, you'd challenge your skill a little more. That would be my only observation.
Okay, great. Thank you. Yes.
All right. Jordan?
You guys hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. Ralda, I thought you did a great job. The thing I was a little bit confused about is if you guys knew each other prior, because I would have built up a little bit more rapport than you were placing the ideas on Jo, but you could have built up a little bit more rapport and led her in the direction that you wanted to take her. I think you did an overall good job, and yeah, I think overall it was a good job. The thing I would have done is built a little bit more rapport in the beginning, asked a little bit better questions, caused her to really feel the needs that, hey, I have to be connected with Ralda. Like, I want to be working with Ralda. Here's what I need to do, because that was the overall objective. So you needed to figure out a way where you can provide Jo that value. Whether Jo she sits there and maybe she's struggling with, I don't know, wherever you guys can complement each other, wherever that value add is for her, you need to know that before your call going in, I think. But overall, great job.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Craig, do you have anything quick to add? I think we have time to do all three of you.
No, I would basically say something like, listen, you were asking questions right away, getting a response from her, getting a yes in just over 2 minutes. I mean, it's obviously, you know what you're doing and you know what this is about. I would add just, to what Jordan was saying, specifically to ask her at the beginning, anybody that you're connecting to for anything that you want them to come along with you on is what they're looking for. Very clearly, very openly, like, what is it that you think you need? What is it that you feel is lacking most? That way you'd be able to tailor your questions more to fulfilling that need in her. Like George said, you made it look very easy. So I want to just add a little bit of a distinction. And then we talk about micro distinctions, your variance. If you could just shift your energies just a little bit to make the person that you're speaking to, whether it's Jo or anybody else, that you're leaning in to hear them, to feel them, to understand them, they will lean back in to see, okay, what can I do, like Jordan said, that I can want to work with Ralda. That would be my only thing.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I guess I based my question because I knew Jo before. So that's why I went straight to the questioning, like I conclude that she knows me. I don't need to create that report in the beginning. So that's
for sure.
Yeah,
Jo,
that was.
listen,
But I understand what you mean.
It's not anything about you, and it's not anything about anybody else.
Yeah.
I must have had at least 30 conversations with Sean that he probably had me cry in at least 28 of them. So,
oh my God.
In the first 6 months I knew him. So it's
yeah.
Just in case.
it's just the way it works. So when you're building that and you're getting people to come to you for any reason, you can always lean into them in whatever way. And it's a short question.
I hear you.
Open one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much, everyone.
Awesome. All right, who's next? Any volunteers? Oh, come on, guys. No volunteers. I'm gonna have to pick one. Holly.
I could go.
All right.
Then we can get off of the functional medicine thing and then go to, well, I don't know. Is Calvin, you're a functional medicine.
Yeah, I'm in that crew too. Yeah.
You're in that crew.
Yeah.
Oh, so maybe I should pick you as my person to, no?
No. I'm the role player. Who do you want me to be?
Oh, okay. George is like,
No.
They brought a lawyer on for
George
a
is like,
reason.
that's
They
not
brought
how
a
it
lawyer on for a
works.
reason.
There's a rules lawyer here, damn it.
Right. Okay.
George is gonna keep us in line on Fun Friday.
So Joe, I would like to pretend you are a functional medicine doctor who has a thriving practice. And I do all these workshops, and I want to find a way to communicate with you, to collaborate with you, so that we can work together. And perhaps you want me to speak to your patients about,
Okay.
I have workshop. Okay, so let's start with hello.
All right.
And so I'm meeting you at a networking event.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds
So,
good.
hi, Dr. Coburn. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. It's such a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you. Likewise.
So I am a functional medicine health coach. Are you familiar with what health coaches do?
You know, I've heard a little bit about them, but I haven't worked with one yet. So why don't you fill me in a little bit more on what coaching is about?
So I offer help to your patients. I mean, I have my own clients, but I work with patients or clients who are frustrated with their health, and maybe you as a doctor give direction to a client or a patient, and they're just not following your instructions because they don't understand, or they get stuck within the steps, and you don't have the time to sit there with them and hold their hand and listen to them. That's what I do. I meet with clients every week or every other week, and we go over what they've accomplished in the week and what the next steps are in order for them to feel well.
Okay. I can see where that might help. Get better.
Do you have any do you have any issues in your practice where you may need a coach to assist you in some of those areas?
I mean, there are those patients that sometimes come back to me and they seem a little bit lost with the instructions. You know, but we usually have different nurses and things on staff that take those calls. So I guess I'm wondering how coaching would fit into that model and how we would work, how that would benefit what I have going on and how that would look.
Well, I do different things. So I can work with clients one-on-one, which I really enjoy doing because I can definitely see the progression from where they start to where they finish. But I also do workshops for some of the local community education departments on Your Healthiest You, where I take a group of people, it could be anywhere from 4 to 15 people, and I talk to them about healthy eating habits and healthy sleep habits and how
Joe, you have a call in about 30 seconds.
Okay. Holly, you got about 30 seconds and I have to take a call. So
would you be interested in talking further about doing a workshop with me, or having me do a workshop for some of your clients?
Yeah, that might be something that we might be able to work out.
I would love to talk to you about it further.
All
Can
right.
I get a time next week on your calendar that you might have a little bit of time to talk about it?
Sure, I can send you over to my secretary and she can see when we can get together.
All
Sounds
right,
good.
that's fine.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks, Craig. All right, let's go reverse order. So Craig, you went last. First, go ahead. You were last
Sure.
time.
Okay. So Holly, thank you so much. It was beautiful. Your energy to start was amazing. You jumped into it and ready to welcome her in and get her sort of excited for the conversation. You even felt her energy shift a little bit when you said hello like that. So people always feel, even on the phone, a smile coming across. So even just that, like Sean says, the scitomas really, really open people up. And you obviously care about what you're doing, and you know what you're doing, and what you want to, the value that you want to add to the client. So you should be comfortable and be sure and certain of that value. And when you're speaking about it, I guess when you first started talking, and it's the same thing we said to Ralda, about the questions being about what she's looking for. So if you started off with a question like, so how are things going in your business? What are your relationships like with your clients? Do you ever notice, and if you're not getting yet any pain points, you could even ask a yes or no quick question. Do you ever notice that sometimes you have too many clients in a day and you don't have time to spend with them that you would like to? Or does anybody say that they want more time and you wish that you could? Something like that. And once you get that, that's immediately an entryway where you could say, well, this is what I'm here for. And again, it's just that little shift. So rather than the conversation dragging on and bringing your energy down, you can bring her down and then bring her back up with like, here's your answer, I'm it. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. I think I spent too much time on telling her what I do, and it wasn't what I wanted to focus on the conversation on.
Right. Most of us, many people, we spend more time talking about ourselves than the person we're talking to. The sale always wins when the other person talks more. Right? The yes always happens when the other person talks more because people want to talk about themselves.
Awesome.
Does that make sense? Sorry, I gave you an 8.5.
Thank you.
Awesome. Jordan?
Yeah, Holly, that was great. Good. Piggybacking off Craig.
Yeah, we're having a
breaking
hard
up,
time
Jordan.
hearing you, Jordan.
Communication.
You're in a dead zone, I think.
Broke identity. No, don't hear me. You guys hear me? No.
No.
Have George go. Have George.
No, we're going to let George go. Go ahead, George.
Jordan,
Sorry.
no, Jordan, come back to us.
I know.
He's starting his mischief.
So,
You can dial in.
So yeah, that's probably the best thing might be to just dial in. And then might not be able to see it, but at least you'd be there. Holly, let's forget talking about Jordan. Forget that guy. Back to you. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Very good. So I thought your entry point and your friendliness and that lightness really helped get Joe to be there. Again, it's always tricky in this game show process because you didn't necessarily introduce yourself. You just went high and right into the conversation. And then you asked her about what you did. There's a little bit of the pitch to your voice where you come up a little higher. And when you're coming up higher, sometimes it sounds like you're asking a question that might not have been intended to be a question, instead of directing where you wanted to go in shorthand of what you do and the value add that could go to her practice. I thought she hit you with a great objection to yes, where she more or less said, but I have nurses that do that. And it was thrown as an intentional obstacle to toss you and give you a chance to work through that and continue to drive the conversation. So it threw you a bit and changed the energy a bit. You did get yourself back to the yes. There's a tonality in your voice to make you sound more confident and behind it that'll drive that urgency, and trying to get the value add to complementing her business, freeing up time, making more money, value to her patients. That's where we needed to get to. And in a 3-minute construct, I always find that. But good job.
Thanks.
Awesome. All right, let's see if we can get Jordan to unmute. I'm not sure.
Probably just queuing up. So
There he is. All right, is that
Hello?
better?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Hey. Yes, we can.
All right, great. Holly, I thought you did a fantastic job. You just had the steps a little backwards, as I heard George relaying as well. So you conveyed your unique heroic identity, like what you do specifically, and then you tried to see if Jo can tailor to that. Meanwhile, you should have Jo go first and say, "Hey, what are you struggling with? I'm your person." You know what I mean? Like, don't you have too many clients all the time? Like, don't you have this problem? Don't you have this problem? And then you come in as the superhero and go, "Hey, I do this." I think that would be a much better way of doing it. Like, you have it all. You just need to get it in the right order. So great job, though.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Thanks. All right, guys, are we going to arm wrestle for who goes first, Steve or Calvin? All right, Steve's unmuting.
They unmuted at the same time. It was a race.
Oh my God, it was a race. I saw Steve. So.
Steve, go for it. That's all you mean.
All right, Steve, who do you want me to be?
Be yourself. You're one of my friends that,
All right.
and so I've been calling people, my friends up to let them, yeah. So let me know when the timer starts and then I'll go.
Hey, what's the goal?
Oh, excuse me?
What's the goal? What are you trying to drive to?
Oh, okay. So I created a video and a special report that I'm sending to my friends to learn more about my wealth coaching.
Okay. As soon as you say ring, ring, Craig will start the timer.
Okay. Or ring, ring. Okay, ring, ring. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hi, Jo. It's Steve Sheridan. How you doing?
Great, Steve. Good to hear from you.
Yeah, same here. I'm just calling to check on my friends. You know, with COVID going on, it's, you know, been kind of a crazy time. How have you guys been doing? How has COVID impacted you guys?
Oh, we're good. Most everybody here is a frontline worker, and I've been working from home, so it's been a little interesting, as I'm sure it has been for you too.
Right. Most definitely. So I'm glad to hear that you guys are doing well and that you're able to work from home. Unfortunately, I've been talking to a lot of friends, and their financial goals have been kind of set back. I just wondering how COVID has impacted your financial goals.
Yeah, it's been a little rough, you know. Everybody else has been frontline working, but my business obviously was in a school, so my office was shut down.
Okay.
So, you know, all those walk-in customers and clients I haven't had. So it's been, and I was paying rent for 7 or 8 months and unable to use my office. So that was a little hit there too.
Definitely tough. So so businesses, it sounds like it's been down what, 50% maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, we're coming back up, but
yeah, no, that's great news. I don't know if you remember, but I've been helping individuals and families since 2002 with their financial goals. Kind of as a wealth coach. I like to think of myself kind of like a tour guide versus a travel agent. You know, I've kind of gotten there, I've been there and helping people achieve what Nancy and I have done. And so what I've done is I created a short video that kind of goes more into detail about my personal journey from going $40,000 in consumer debt to becoming a millionaire. And I'd love to share that with you along with a special report. So to see if I can maybe help you get back on track with your financial goals.
Jo, you got a call in about 50 seconds.
okay, thank you. I do have another call coming in, Steve, but yeah, I mean, that sounds great. I mean, at this point, you know, I'm willing to take a look at it.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. If I could get your email, then that'd be great. I just have your phone number, but if I could get your email.
Oh yeah, my email is joe@jocoburn.com. So
okay, great. Well, tell you what, I'm going to, as soon as we're done talking, I'm going to send you a link to the video along with the special report. And today's Friday. I know it's kind of a busy weekend, but do you think we could maybe touch back on Wednesday? Do you think you'll have time between now and Wednesday to watch the report or the video? Yeah. Okay, great.
Yeah, that sounds good.
What's a good time for you on Wednesday?
Wednesdays are a crazier day, but if you catch me early in the morning, you should be able to get me.
Okay, great. I'll call you. I'll call you at 9 then on Wednesday.
Okay.
Good talking to you.
You too, Steve. Say hi to Nancy and the girls for me.
Will do. Thanks.
All right. Jordan, do you want to go first? You haven't gone first yet.
Sure. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
loud and clear.
Perfect. Yeah, I thought you did a great job. When you were going through, you built rapport well. You were looking for that pain and that access point. I think you should have dived a little bit deeper with Jo to really get Jo in a place where she's emotional. Like, COVID sucks. I've wasted 7-8 months. Like, I haven't paid my rent. I'm struggling. Like, there was 2 or 3 more questions. You could have got her feeling like really in a tough place. And then you go, I'm your guy. And you say it with certainty, no ums, no kind, as I am your guy. I do this, this, and this, and I'm changing lives, and I'm going to change your life. That was the only other thing. The formation was good. The Zeus energy, the knowingness of like, I am going to change your life, and I'm going to help you. That's what you need when you're conveying your identity of who you are and what you do. You just had to convey that with certainty. So Jo understood to the point where Joe's like, oh my God, I have to talk to you.
Okay.
But otherwise,
That's
great
awesome.
job.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jordan. That was great. Craig.
Yeah, I mean, I guess sort of piggybacking over here, back and forth. But I love the fact that when you started out, you immediately connected. You made her feel a little uncomfortable, but you could have, like you said, you could have made it really come through. She gave you a couple of different pieces. Every person that we're talking to doesn't say anything for no reason. Every person, whenever they're talking, everything they say is for a reason. It's because they want you to know something. And any one of those pieces of her life, whether the people being out of her house and her being home alone, or them being able to work and her not being able to, or the rent, there were so many access points where you could have gone into that a little bit and made her really feel like you were hearing her and understanding where she was at. And when you presented yourself, you obviously have an amazing story. You're right. And going from where you were to where you are, you could just be like, this is what I did, and I will get you there. All you have to do is take a look at this and let's have another conversation. And I don't think that there would have even been anything else like, oh, do you have time to watch this? Like, no, you've been going through all this. Let me give this to you. Like, so Jordan said, I felt like your presentation sort of landed a little flat and it could have been brought with a little bit more energy. I think you would have gotten her excited just to get your email and start moving forward to talk to you right away.
Great. I appreciate that.
But your process for somebody that has just started, that is just looking to do this, I would say is easily at a 9.
Okay. Thank you.